Namaste and welcome back to the Dharma podcast. So last week I had put out a episode, a very short clip about Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's invitation to the Muslim Kannada writer Banu Mushtaq to inaugurate this year's Mysore Dasara Festival. So a lot of you folks sent me messages and you also commented asking for a more detailed commentary on this issue. So here I am. At the outset, inviting Banu Mushtaq to inaugurate this year's Mysore Dasara Festival is simply the other side of the same coin that compelled Siddaramaiah to celebrate the Tipu Jayanti in his previous term as Chief Minister. But now that Banu Mushtaq has accepted the invite, will she publicly give up her religion? Will she wear all the Mangala Vastrams or auspicious clothes and symbols like bangles, bindi, other sacred clothes like Hindu women wear on such occasions? You know, it really feels incredible to believe that Banu Mushtaq is the same woman who had ranted against the Kannada language, against Bhuvaneshwari Devi, and the worshipping of Kannada in the manifestation of Devi and abusing Hindus as exclusionists. I'll get to this point later in this episode. But if Banu Mushtaq really identifies herself only as a Muslim first, and she still says that she wants to serve the Kannada language, she is a gold class hypocrite. And if she really wants to serve the Kannada language, she cannot be selective. She has to accept Kannada as sacred and she has to embrace its sanctity, which is rooted in and which is inseparable from Hindu Dharma. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's decision to invite Banu Mushtaq is fully consistent with his ideology and politics of Hindu hatred and his surrender to the Muslim vote bank. And if we carefully observe Mr. Siddaramaiah's long career in politics, it becomes clear that he has a special animosity against the Mysore Wadayar family. More than 2 decades ago, maybe longer, Siddaramaiah had campaigned for forcibly taking over the Mysore palace, which rightfully belongs to the Wadayar family. And since his first term as Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah has made it a point to invite only his leftist comrades to inaugurate the Mysore Dasara Festival. And that's a long list which includes self-proclaimed atheists and communists, or basically every committed anti-Hindu and people working to destroy Sanatana Dharma from within. I'll read out just three names of such invitees who inaugurated previous Mysore Dasara Festival. Topmost is the late Girish Karnad, followed by the music director Hamsalekha, whose Hindu hatred is no secret. And the latest to join this list of ignobles is Banu Mushtaq. And the additional insult meted out by Mr. Siddaramaiah is to show the Mysore royal family their proper place by continuously demeaning them year after year. Devi Chamundeshwari is the Kuladevata of the Mysore Wadayar family, and the Chamundi temple's sacred traditions are still sustained for centuries by the devotion and the unstinted support of the Wadayar lineage, which easily outlasts more than 10 past lifetimes of Shri 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 Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah ji's animosity for the Wadayar family is perhaps rooted in his socialist ideology, which preaches blind hatred for kings and what it calls as feudalists. But to our misfortune, Karnataka has been cursed of being run by a thorough leftist ideologue and not a policy maker or even a basic humanist who takes everyone along and who's truly inclusive. Sadly, Mr. Siddaramaiah does not belong to that list. If Banu Mushtaq had an iota of decency and shame, she should have rejected Mr. Siddaramaiah's invitation. But then it appears that the Booker Prize that she has received has hammered a sense of glorious entitlement into her head. After all, Banu Mushtaq is in the infamous company of that other Booker awardee, Srimati Arundhati Roy, who loves nothing more than a good genocide of Hindus, a solid genocide of Hindus, and she loves nothing better than to see the breakup of Bharatavarsha. Arundhati Roy's omniscient and her all-knowing writing about everything under the sun, including nuclear bombs, peace, disarmament, lecturing good manners to presidents and prime ministers and heads of states, ranting about Hindu militancy and the great compassion shown by jihadi terrorists. This is what the Booker Prize has consistently done to Hindus. Basically, the Booker Prize is awarded to all Indians who abuse, run down, and call for the destruction of Sanatana Dharma. But if the Hindu community still has a spine and self respect, it must unite as a single body and agitate continuously until Banu Mushtaq's invite is withdrawn. Meanwhile, will Banu Mushtaq, if she goes and actually inaugurates the Mysore Dasara, will she show a reciprocal gesture and invite a Hindu Swami to inaugurate a big Muslim festival in an important mosque anywhere in Karnataka? Sadly, as a woman, her own religion prohibits from her entering a mosque. And I almost forgot, all the heroic pro-Kannada organizations which are highly overactive recently, all these organizations are suddenly and curiously silent on this issue of Banu Mushtaq inaugurating the Mysore Dasara Festival. I wonder why their blood has still not boiled when Banu Mushtaq publicly declared in 2023, and I quote her words: "It is ironic that the Kannada language was given the form of mother named Bhuvaneshwari, and the flag was made using the same colors of turmeric and saffron that Hindus use for auspicious events." Close quote. In fact, there is no bigger insult to the Kannada language than this statement given by Banu Mushtaq. Yet most of our Kannada champions have chosen strategic silence over solid courage. All I can say is this: may Devi Bhuvaneshwari bless them. But Banu Mushtaq, by accepting the Mysore Dasara invitation this year, has also accepted to perform various kafir practices such as standing before an idol, doing namaskaram to the idol, and taking the Mangalarati. And then there are also some Hindu politicians who loudly proclaim that the Chamundeshwari temple does not belong exclusively to Hindus. But the loud and clear answer to all such politicians is this: yes, the Mysore Chamundeshwari temple does belong exclusively to Hindus. That is, it belongs to any and every person who, from his body, speech, mind, and soul, Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, a person who venerates Hindu Dharma. And on that pensive note, I can conclude this episode. Jai Bhuvaneshwari, Jai Kannada, Jai Sanatana Dharma, Vande Mataram, and Banu Mushtaq is definitely not welcome to inaugurate this year's Mysore Dasara Festival with all due respect. Namaste.